Good morning or good afternoon, wherever you may be, or good evening or good night. This is Jen at JensArtyInclinations, a place to create, share and play.
Hi everyone, Junk Journal January, hosted by Meg Journals and Get Messy Art, links down below. And so today's prompt is Eclectic, and I was hole punching out all these circles. So I was doing some die cut circles and some paper punch circles, and really I had no idea what I was going to do. But this is what I kind of came up with. So I discovered that if I put vellum over the top of some little images on the circles, it just gave it an opaque, transparent feel. And I don't know, I liked it. So I just kept playing. So I got an eclectic bunch of stuff, some stickers, a little face, a little butterfly, all sorts of different things, a stamp. And I put them into little circles, kind of like specimen slides. And then I used the rings that I die cut out as some little frames. And yeah, I just had some fun. So yeah, see how if I press it down just with regular glue stick glue, the vellum actually becomes quite see-through, but it just gives a nice film over the top. And I thought, that's kind of nice because it's a bit more matte than using acetate or plastic. Just something a bit different. Now at this point, I had no idea what I was going to do with these. And the circles are cut out of all different materials. And really, I just had fun building different little images. Yes, Buddy. That's my lad in the background there. But in the end, it was something else to pop in my journal. It helped me do some creative play. And it's nice sometimes you just get a creative idea, don't you, just by playing with, a tool. I felt like punching out circles, and this is what I ended up creating. So if this is something that you want to try with your vellum yourself, you do need to make sure that it is completely covered with your glue stick. Giggler in the background there. Hold it up to the light and you'll see if there are any bits that aren't shiny with the glue, and make sure it's all covered, and then it will be nice and, almost transparent. So this bit, I guess it may be a little bit repetitive, but you can just kind of see how I'm playing with popping some things under, some things over. Really am just playing about and building up. That's a little stamp. I decided it needed an off-centre circle under it. And then some of the lighter pieces that I'm putting underneath, like this bit that I'm putting over the top, I actually cut that out of baking paper. A local store has some baking paper that was brown, so, couldn't resist that. So I've been using that again lately and, savouring it. Who knows why we savour things? We should just use them, right? Use what's in your stash. So as I say, at this point, I'm still just putting little eclectic pictures together. I still have no idea what I'm going to make. See that? Bit of lace, but underneath the lace there, that's a bit of calico I cut out. So I actually managed to run that through my die machine. So that was fun. As I said, I was really playing, and so it happened to be a bit of an eclectic play. So somehow that kind of worked for today's Junk Journal January prompt. How fun is that? So I've got little book pages as well, little bits of cardboard, some paper that I liked. I really was just a bit like a kid making these off-centre little pictures and making them into little rustic things. But I really did have fun, and it's quite a little collection I've got going here. So how many did I do all up? I did 6 all up. So I was like, all right, what am I going to do with them? And then I just saw my hole punch near me, so I grabbed that and I put a little hole punch through the top. Sorry. We are not leaving my side today. That's why you've got so much talkativeness just beside me here at the moment. But that's good, isn't it? There are times when your kids don't want anything to do with you, and other times when you need some quiet where they won't leave you alone. But you've got to savour the moments when they want to be around, right? Anyway, I decided I'd pop a bit of string through the little hole that I made, and this is where you'll get to see each of them. That was a little stamp that I put on calico, that clock. And then the next little one was a face that I hole punched out of some photographs that I got from Witchcraft Do You Do. So that's pretty cute as well. By the way, with your string, if you're having trouble putting it through a bead or something like that, you can create, a loophole, or you can just pop some glue on the end of your string and just roll it in your fingers and let it dry, and then you'll have a bit of a stiffer, pointy bit that you can poke through the holes. All right, so then I thought, what about if I just lay them on a page like that? So that's what I've done. I cut off the string, I tied it into it. I did cut off the string, I promise, J Bear. No, indeed. I cut off the string and I tied it in a knot, and then I tied 2 barrel knots on the string ends. So this little page, these 2 little half pages, I quite liked them, and I decided that I'd stick them together, which is what I'm doing here. Sorry, my hand's in the way a bit there. And then to make it a bit stiffer and stronger so that I could stick these little circle loopy things. I have no idea what to call them, but to make it a bit stronger, I did some collaging on the back. So I've, using a bit of matte medium here to stick down some tissue. I've got just some cutouts of pages. I've got a bit of doily in the bottom there. Heap of different things, because remember, today's eclectic. Just building up a few different layers on the back. As I said, this is just to give it some strength. And then, oops, I wrapped away the tissue that I'd put down. I don't know why I did that. I was trying to dry it with a tissue. So then I got out my heat gun and dried it with a heat gun. And that's all right. I just put some more paper over. Nothing's a mistake really in junk journaling. It's just an opportunity to find another creative solution. That's why I love it. There are no rules. You can just play about. If things muck up, then it just gives you more chance to do a bit more. All right, so now on the front, I tore up the same piece of paper, just one piece of paper, and then I worked out this layered effect. So once I had it roughly done, I then just glued it all down, slowly building it from the bottom up to the top so that it sort of had these petticoat layers out over it. I didn't even ink around the edges. I wanted it to be nice and subtle. And now that I've done my pages up, I can actually stick down thread through my little circles. But first, I accidentally ripped the page, so I had to do a makeshift hinge. So I still had a piece of calico cut out, so I used that for the hinge on the front of my page, and I used it for a hinge on the back of my page. So this is because, I'd been mucking about too much. And just so that I didn't get the globby glue through, I was spreading it out with my finger and then sticking it down on the page. And then on the front, I had still one of those baking sheet circles that I'd hole punched out. And so I put that over the front as well, just, to add a little more. I absolutely love that mistake because I really love that it kind of brings the circles that I've created, kind of puts that theme into the page that they're going to sit on. And I did not plan that, and it was a total accident. And anything that's slightly creative and wonderful that I come up with is usually an accident. But look, wonderful stuff. This, by the way, notice I'm rolling the string around 3 times to do a barrel knot in my end. So have a look at that again. Instead of just 1 knot over, do 2, and then do 3, and then you pull it tight, and it creates these beautiful little barrel knots. Lovely stuff. Okay, so all that's left to do now is just to put a little eyelet into that little hole that I've punched in the top of the page. So just pressing down the eyelet And now I can pop on my little circles. So I decided that I would just use a bulb pin to pin them down. But look, here are all the little circles I did, all 6 of them. I don't know, there's something about them that I quite like. As I said, I don't know what they're called. I changed the order because I wanted them to start with the little butterfly and the ones I liked, the best at the top. That butterfly it was actually, sort of got a rust effect on it with embossing powder. So that was quite fun to do. But there you are. That is today's. I hope you enjoyed, and sorry about the noisy background, everyone. Hopefully tomorrow will be a little bit quieter. We'll see. Take care. Love it if you could leave me a comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed what you saw today. And of course, please subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you next time. And in the meantime, keep creating. Enjoy.